Okay, I'm doing an order from Walmart. Okay, there's a couple things I need. I'm on a budget. So the total was 26.60. Then the site has altered and you have to give the driver a tip. The first last time the con was is that they do a hold in case there's replacements. They promise they're not scammers and that I'm not being illegally monitored and I'm being defrauded out of funds. They promise, to your knowledge, but they want it to be to my knowledge. So now the con is you have to give a tip. There's no way around it. You can't alter it. You have to give a tip. Just like SMI One Card said, we're going to give parties tips. This is the only way that we can combat to repeatedly defraud you out of funds and get away with it. So we're going to demand you give a tip, whether you want to or not, and there's no way around it. But the site has altered. They didn't demand you to give a tip. Now, to defraud me out of funds, they're demanding that the driver get a tip. You can't alter it or change it. So then that's going on. So the estimated total is 3801. So I don't know where the other funds are. And then there's a temporary hold for 3930. But the total is $26. But they demand that I pay 3930, and I don't know what's happening, and most of the time I don't. But I'm ostracized in the environment. And then I think for the transit that they have here, you have to have ID. That's why they stole it. Let's call and see. Knowing you never believe it. So let's chat too and see why the site altered and they're demanding that I do a tip. Okay, since I recorded, I'm already getting defrauded out of funds. So what's the difference? So since I recorded, I can control the tip now, but it's supposed to be 26 and then it's altered to 34. 26. It said something went wrong, and then when I started to record, it disappeared, but it's still glitching. Okay, it's saying that I have to have a $35 minimum total. So I purchased items to equal $35. This is the total. Okay, it's doing a temporary hold again. So I'm at Uber Eats and I'm telling them there's an issue with charges and it's not letting me speak with the chat party. I'm at the chat site and I'm saying issues with charges, and then it's giving me information and I'm on a chat. Let me go back. This is what I clicked in: Uber Eats support and customer service. Let's go in here, chat. Chat with us. Issues with charges. We'll connect you with a representative connected to Gerald. When I'm not recording, the sites alter and it makes it impossible to get anything done. So I'm informing him that he said, thank you for something. Thank you for reaching out to Uber support, for being a valuable customer. I said, you're welcome. Multiple orders have altered and I'm being defrauded out of funds. So it's glitching. I'm typing and it won't let me go down. So I can't see what I'm sending them. They do this on YouTube and it corrects when I'm recording. So it's creating errors. I don't, it's making errors. It don't want me communicating. They don't care. I was trying to put someone was supposed to follow up and never did. So I let them know that the site is glitching. Issue occurs when I'm doing text. Sometimes we just couldn't communicate, period. And we just had to call each other. And it glitched again, follow up, and didn't follow you. So I told him that I got a notification that our credit was supposed to be issued, but it disappeared. So he said we need to do one issue at a time. So he's asking about the credits and what promotions. I said Uber One and the pizza was buy one, get one free is a promotion. In the chat, the representative saw my charge was supposed to be 914, but it glitched and charged me 16 something. And several other specials have done the same thing. So the intent by going through this year's, I just want you to see the intent. The intent is to spin your wheels. I'm going to create a problem, ruin your day by having you invest hours in solving a problem I deliberately created. I'll have the scammers hang up, disconnect, and do all kind of other petty things unless you're recording. So for all this time, they set up a crime like the PF Chang's. They charged me. The bill was $60. They charged me $100. Then after they charged me $100, I tried to dispute it. Then they charged me $100 two more times. Then defrauded me out of $240. SMI one card played games, would not let me dispute it. I called PF Chang's. They put me on hold, played games, hung up on me. So I went to PF Chang's. I said, if you don't give me a refund, I'm calling the police. Since I am now threatening the police to enforce crimes that they set up, they had PF Chang's take the file. He claimed I wasn't recording because my friend got freaked out whenever I record. This is the one the car sped up like it was going to hit. So she got freaked out and was covering for crimes and didn't like me recording. So I threatened the police, and then he said that it was his fault. He accidentally charged me $100 two more times in error, but he's supposed to be a supervisor. Then I said, in addition, you accidentally charged me and you did not communicate and call and let me know. He said he was trying to give me a refund, but accidentally charged me two more times. I said, okay, you're a supervisor and you didn't think to call and let me know that you were defrauding me out of funds. And then I called in all these times and I was hung up on and put on hold. Then he said, I'm sorry, I'll give you a refund back right now. I said, well, I want something for my inconvenience. What can you give me for my inconvenience? The government can't stand that because I used to get freebies all the time. People would be disturbed and disgusted by my mistreatment. And then they really go over above and beyond. So now the government enforces that people mistreat me and don't give me anything for crimes that were prearranged and set up in advance. So he said he'll give me some egg rolls. Okay, so he says that he's going to correct this for the 914. So trying to clarify. I will not be charged the $16, but instead the 914. Then he says he's going to email me a receipt. So the days that I'm just relaxing and I'm happier, then I'll check my account and they'll defraud me out of funds and then have the scammers hang up and then knocks at the door, things missing. So it's just strategic events to cause psychological torment. And then you be none the wiser. I'm mentally ill and no one's doing nothing to her. But we got all these thefts. I have a phone that is vital for me to have. I got a case on me. Then my rings are coming up missing and all this other stuff going on. People taking bites out of food, removing the food at the shelter. They won't check the camera footage. Staff coming in lying on me saying that I recorded and being intimidating me and mistreating me like they're going to put me out for something that didn't occur. Setting appointments with me, canceling, and then I'm saying, can you reschedule? No. And then, I'm watching out all these people get services I can't. People inviting me to the beach. I like water. And they've done it here. So they'll invite me to say, let's go to the beach, knowing that I like it, and then retract. One party said, okay, let's go, and then disappeared. Just like the guy from POF that said, okay, I want to set up an Uber for you, and then it panned out, and then it never happened. Okay, these scammers, they're told to treat me like this. So I asked him for clarity. He's telling me to leave and go look at the receipt and don't want to tell me what he's done. Just like Midcoast stated that if you can tell me where you want to go, I'll give you the number. I'm asking for her for referrals. She's refusing to do the referrals and stating that if you can give me the name of the location you want, then I'll give you their number. Well, if I had the location that I needed, I wouldn't be on the line with you because I'd definitely just go check it online and there would be no relevancy of calling you. It's the catch-22s and the mind games that I've had to deal with years. Well, how does it make sense for you to issue a credit and tell someone you're working on their account and you did certain things and then you hide what you've done? Now he's stating, I'm sorry if there's confusion here. As previously explained, upon checking your receipt, we can see that the 914 discount was applied to your order. So he's stating that I was charged the right thing. I have to do like I did my son and showed him where I was charged with $16. So my car was overheating, and I had went to KFC right across the street from Days Inn in Tyler. And I told her my car was overheating and I needed to hurry up and leave. But they had gave me a thigh and a leg, and I ordered a breast and a wing, and it cost their extra money. And I said that this is not the breast and the wing, this is a thigh and a leg. She said it's a breast and a wing. I said no, ma'am, it's not clearly. And then I held it up, and then people were laughing in the restaurant because she was trying to gaslight me. They do this all the time. And I don't know why, it's just like a child. So nonetheless, I held it up and the other parties were laughing. And I said, my car's overheating, ma'am. Please hurry. I don't mean to rush you, but I need to hurry up and leave because my car's overheating. I need to, go put water in it or cut it off. She said, okay. And then she kept on holding me up. And I said, please, ma'am. And then she said, okay, I'll fix it. And then she gave me a refund. And people are cracking up. It happens all the time. They think it's so hilarious, like they did at racetrack. They're cracking up, laughing in the background. So he's playing mind games and defrauding me out of funds. Now that just like my son is, he has an alibi for me being. He had stated that it was 914, buy one get one free. New total was 16. How if I had a wow? They're not gonna give me my money back. They haven't for all these years. They'll just come up with another scam. Okay. This is how they defraud people out of funds. So $21 plus the 249 plus the 378 is 27.27. His total for that is 28.27. Oh, okay. The text is a dollar. I didn't see that. Okay. Then he's claiming that that would be 15.52, but that total is 16.85. But then the other day they told me it was 9.14, and then all these other fees. All right. Please do let us know when you need additional information about this. So they did it again when they trying to regarding this is how they defraud me out of funds. When they can't answer the charges, they say that I'm being transferred to someone else, and then they don't return my they never call me. I said that I'm being defrauded out of funds. Your system glitched and I didn't give a tip. Hold on, give me the ticket for the promotion. What is the rate for taxes you are using? They don't want me to have the receipt on the itemized charges for Wingstop. So when they get trapped in a bind, these scammers, they demand that I speak to someone else. Then they started manipulating the screenshots, so I can't go back and review the screenshots. This is how the government successfully defrauds me out of funds. Someone spending an arm and a leg to make sure that I want to set up these glitches knowing you never believe it, and they need to make sure it's enforced and I don't get freebies again. And if I'm paying for her to be defrauded out of funds, I need to be ensured that it will happen so I can sleep at night. So if they get trapped in a bind with conning her out of money, have them exit the situation, claims con that someone will call her back since I've already paid for this and it's prearranged, then make sure that they never do. I need to be ensured that I will be able to defraud her out of funds and cause psychological damage. I'm not paying you this money to get nowhere. I want to ensure she gets nowhere. Okay, well, we'll have them exit and then control her calls and make sure she never gets the calls to solve the issues that you deliberately created in malice. And then he's saying something about a promotion. It just glitched and went away. Okay, here's the chat. He said something about a promotion that they applied, and then when I wanted details on the promotion, he had to leave. We can see that a $12.79 special offer discount applied on that order. Regarding the tip, they demanded that I be defrauded out of that funds. And hold on, give me the ticket for the promotion. What is the rate for your taxes? You are using? that you want to know more about the breakdown of how your order was charged, I'll go ahead and transfer you to a team that specializes on reviewing these types of orders. Please kindly wait for their response. Thank you. Have a great day. Safe day. Safe day. Thanks for using Uber. A lot of people want me to be safe. Have a safe day. My family member said that be safe or try to be safe. Okay, there's a problem with this. Okay, it's $21 right here. Okay, then there's a delivery fee, and then service fee, and then tax. Okay, one moment. Okay, the pizza is $9.75, and then the $9.14 is for the free pizza. Okay, then if it's $9.75, how did it get to 21 if there's no tax already applied? $9.14 and $9.75 is $18.89. How did it get to 21? And then it's charging me tax. So if that is the total right there, $18.89, how did it get to $21? And then in addition to that, they charge the delivery fee and then the service fee and then tax again. But they're doing this on multiple different orders. I'm being nickel and dime. I don't know where these funds are going to year after year. So let's claim that they're charging $1 tax. Let's go ahead and add the dollar. That's $19.89. The dollar fee. Then they claim there's a delivery fee of $2.49 and a service fee of $3.78. This is the total with the $2.49. The dollar fee that they claim is for tax. $2.49 plus $3.78 plus that total that's not accurate. The accurate amounts. So with that total, it would be $26.16 without applying the discounts. Now they're claiming that the membership discount is only 12 cents, but that's not what I was told that I'd be getting for the discount. It was supposed to be like $3 or $4. But let's go ahead and use this that he's saying that it should be. I have to take the $9.14 off for the pizza, the special offer, buy one get one free. That's $17.02. Then the $2.49. So with this, and this wouldn't even be accurate, is $14.41. Because the discount was supposed to be higher with the Uber one. So that means for this one transaction, $16.85. But I've been nickel and dime years, which is what I'm trying to prove. And there's other, all the transactions have been suspicious. So I'm stating that I'm trying to report misconduct and being defrauded of funds. So I'm stating if we can start with the Little Caesars, if 975 plus 9 is it was actually 975 and 914 is 1889. That's what I meant. How did it jump to $21 before all the other fees were applied? So I'm stating, can you not transfer me off without my permission? Multiple parties have done that. So I'm expressing he's going another route. And I said those numbers don't match. 975 plus 914 is not $21. I didn't ask him that part. I said that this is the beginning. Why, if 914, those 914 and 975 is 1889, but it did. He said it did jump up to $21. If that correct? And I said that's just the start. And he said wait 2 or 3 minutes, and then he goes back to $21. And I said, we're expressing to him once again, those numbers don't match. 975 plus 914 is not $21. And I already told him prior in the chat that let's start with 975 plus 914 is not $21, it's $18.89. And then he goes back into wasting my time, spinning my wheels to the total is $21 anyway. Now we're spinning our wheels again. He has to check again. And I've already discussed with him that discrepancy. The time is 8:50. So my sister was prearranged to slander my name, saying that I'm going to restaurants and hotels and then not wanting to pay. But clearly, I don't know if she hasn't been around me. How would she know that? Have firsthand knowledge. Plus, she hears me on the line trying to dispute all these charges, starting arguments, interrupting me. So this is just how my lifestyle is. All the parties in my environment are enlisted to help cover for the government's crimes and gaslighting. And they just want me to sit and endure this living nightmare year after year. And then they get infuriated when I record them because I know nobody will believe that my family is slandering me to help my abusers get away with their crimes. The same thing. Logged off to enforce that I get defrauded out of funds. We've already addressed. I've already stated, can you not transfer me? Can you not transfer me off without my permission? Multiple parties have done that. Upon checking that you've raised needs a specialized team to work on, as they have the right tools and resources for this one. A specialized team. If someone is communicating that scammers have manipulated and controlled my phone, my devices, chats, everything that I do, that's no one would ever believe that story. Going to POF, Zooms, everything that I do is highly controlled. You'd have to prove that someone repeatedly keeps getting away with that. Connected to Renell. So I'm asking up front, would it be misconduct if operators transferred you off during assisting you to cover for crimes? This is the time. I'm being ignored. Well, I need to first start the conversation off by this because it repeatedly keeps happening. It's fruitless for me to keep on speaking of representative to representative that disconnects to cover for crimes. For all these years at multiple different locations, the tricky part, like I said, once again, is just proving it repeatedly keeps happening. Having someone that can deliberately set up glitches to interrupt peace or any kind of serenity, and then to make it a nightmare for you to solve the problem that was deliberately created. Okay, hold on. So I said, can you answer that question? It's then posit. I would like to know if representatives did transfer me off to cover for crimes. Would that be misconduct? This is the time. I've been asking that same question for an extended amount of time. Our goal is to resolve the chat ended. No. Now connected to Ma. I guess that's her name. I'm being taunted. I got some kind of notification saying pay rent, and I can't. I set that up yesterday, and it's taunting me and came up again today. So it's glitching again. It does this a lot. So I'll just go ahead and send it. It won't let me see what I'm typing. Representatives are covering for me being defrauded out of funds. They will not give me detailed information on my charges. They're claiming I have to go to a specialized team that will not call me. I imagine my life has been in jeopardy. I imagine the government has other things up under their sleeve. You just don't have this kind of capability from nowhere. Perhaps maybe the added benefit is me being targeted. How I'll use on the strategies I use on other people. That I'll use my side job to terrorize you with it. Or perhaps maybe the side job is actually being the government. Maybe the full time job is what they're doing to me. I said I would like to address multiple charges. Multiple charges. I would like to address them one by one, but representatives keep logging off to cover for the crimes. So you can go do your bill pay. You can go do things online. My bill pay is trying to be funny, and I paid a bill in June, and then they're applying that bill for July, hoping that I don't see and then cause the issue to where I'm staying, and hoping I know my life. So then I'm thinking, where's the bill? Because this has happened in the past, and this is how they keep on getting away with the railroading and causing conflict in my life. Before I knew I was targeted, I sent off a tax return and it kept glitching. And then, I was waiting on the tax return. It didn't happen. So then I did a paper return, and then I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. And then I go online and it's like they didn't see it. Then this happened in Avenger. Then the post office the same day contacts me and says, we didn't mail your letter. You didn't give us enough postage. What? And I don't know I'm targeted. You kept this 2 months, and now that I'm looking for my tax return, yeah, you need to give us 50 cents. Real story. So I'm asking her what's happened, what's going on, to why you need a specialized team. POF needed a specialized team, didn't contact me back. Hulu need a specialized team on why I didn't get my free trial, and no one contacted me back. Uber ride support. Like, I know you didn't believe it. Yes, how are you doing today? Are you living in so and so? Yeah, I paid my rent. Or do I know that's not what I asked? Do you live in so and so? No, I paid my rent. How are your kids doing? Yeah, I rode the bus today. It's like a child is setting up the gaslighting. I mean, how would it benefit anyone for this petty insanity? It's just, if I'm asking you, is it raining outside? Yeah, I had a nice lunch. It over and over. I just don't get. It's like a 3-year-old is hand controlling an army full of people. Why? Now the con is that it's Uber ride support, but they've already given me information on my ticket, and then when they got caught in lies, they had to disconnect. Any pathological lies everywhere I turn. What time now? It's 9:10. So I'm asking her, are you stating that for Uber Eats, it's impossible to speak with someone immediately? You have to wait 6 to 12 hours? So then she's saying that they have a specialized team. And then I asked her if she's stating that there's no way that I can speak with someone immediately. I have to wait 6 to 12 hours. No one is doing a follow up. Then I'm told I have waited too long to get refunds when no one is contacting me back. So she's carefully articulating her words and stating that for my concerns, yes, for your concerns, I only have email support and it might take time for them to respond to you. I said, what concerns are immediate with Uber Eats? I'm being illegally monitored and they're looking at my body language and how it's affecting me, all these mind games and torment, and, having a ball with seeing me in emotional distress. It's glitching again to where I can't see what I typed. So I'll just go ahead and send it. A lot of these problems could be alleviated if I had an ability to contact Uber Eats immediately when I notice discrepancies. How do I contact Uber Eats when I see the issues you address? I ask her, what if I want to cancel the order because I don't want to be defrauded out of funds? They're hiding my totals. So I'm asking the same question I've been asking. I don't know. I've lost track of time. Maybe an hour. So what's happening essentially, they had tack on all these fees, and then I'm overcharged with all these fees for each transaction. and then they put on tips that I didn't authorize. So the whole objective, I don't know if the driver's actually getting the tip. They just want to defraud me out of the funds. They just don't want me having my own money. That's the whole point. So strategies, they have to strategize avenues on how they're going to defraud me out of funds and can repeatedly get away with it. So we'll charge you all these fees and hope you're not paying attention, and then alter the totals fee by fee. So each transaction I may be getting defrauded out of $7 or $8. And then they'll have a promotion, lure me in with a promotion, then alter the promotion. Then when I take the screenshots, steal the screenshots so that there's not evidence of what they're repeatedly doing. So they're saying that instead of the 975 that was listed, I was being charged 1219. So now what they're doing to get away with defrauding me out of funds, they're not giving me the Uber One discount. They're stating that I'm getting the fee for free delivery, and then the Uber One discount promotions that I'm supposed to have, I'm not getting. So now to combat being defrauding me out of funds, they're claiming that they're only giving me 12 cents for the discount when I can see that it's supposed to be like $5, sometimes $11 for the discount, because I carefully pick my orders because I'm on a budget. And then it alters to defraud me out of funds and knowing that you never believe the story. So there's nothing I can do because each thing that I come up with to combat them defrauding me out of funds, they alter things and then change to defraud me out of funds, knowing you never believe it. So now to get out of these fees, I'm asking her, are these fixed rates for fees? Because it's just really not adding up. I do apologize. I have limited knowledge regarding this, and all I can base is from your receipt of the order. So she's stating that the delivery fees, the service fee and delivery fees will depend on the restaurant and its location. So she's trying to be funny. I sent the receipt to your email address, like the other parties have done, and like Midcoast was trying to be. So I'm informing her I would like to see it here, like you did with the other order. This is the time. She said, I see. So I kept hearing all these things about Crumble, and I said, okay, I'll go ahead and try Crumble, and I don't think I'll try it again. It's too expensive. So the total was $19.99, and she said the delivery fee was $5.49, and Uber One gives you the delivery fee, and the service fee was $3.50. And I'm asking her what I was being charged. This isn't really a breakdown. If she didn't tell me what I was charged, it didn't record. I don't know what you saw. So I just want you to see the strategies on the mind games and what's happening. Okay, then the $19.99 and then the $5.49 and then the $3.50. You see how she's giving me details? This is not a breakdown of all the charges. What was the total? So they want to wear you down so you won't fight being defrauded out of funds emotionally. So then you'll just go along with it, and they're doing it, making it hard. And then she says, okay, the total here is $23.29. But it said that I would get my charge would be I would get $11 discount, but I'm not getting it. And then it alters to give me free delivery fees, but this is not what the total that I was told that I'd be getting. Then she states, we charge your card $23.29. And then she knows by the way she strategized this situation, it's wearing me out psychologically. I just don't really have a lot of strength to fight this. So the discounts that it's stating that I'm getting when I'm placing these orders, I'm not getting. And they're manipulating it to, manipulating. They're just finding, like I said, other strategies. Now they're manipulating the discounts and the promotions that I get to continue to defraud me out of funds. So it's just really not safe. They wait and then they strategize when they're logging off and have me wait to cover for crimes.